Hi everyone, welcome to this tarot read. Thank you very much for joining me today. Alrighty, so we are going to go ahead and jump on into it. And I'll let you guys know too, this is going to be a general read. So it might resonate with you, but it might not too. That's okay, guys. I'm also going to let you know we're going to draw an energy card at the end of this read. Uncertainty. Oh, interesting. So, okay, this is definitely going to be talking about somebody going through a time of personal growth in their life. Do you believe like this magic card speaks to it? It speaks to the possibility of transformation that this person can go through. This is going to be a journey though. And I definitely feel like that uncertainty card is not only speaking to the person who's going through this journey and sort of them learning to trust themselves, their choices, sort of finding out who they are, but also as to sort of how this path is going to go. You know, the twists and turns that come along the way as this person grows. Purification. I'll tell you what else I see in this too. As soon as I pulled this purification card, I actually saw the words grow up came into my mind. So I do feel like this is going to be like somebody who has a younger energy. So they're not necessarily a young person, but they do have like that sort of more immature energy. There is a need to grow up here. There is a need to sort of learn certain life lessons, to take responsibility for the way that somebody's life path is going. I do feel like see, and that makes sense too. I do feel this sense of sort of like meandering too in their life. So like no real defined direction or knowing where they want to go or what they want to do with their lives. I do feel like this has been possible for so long because of somebody else's generosity or the generosity of others. Sort of like counting on other people to help out where they need them to. We do have that transcending. Like I said, like this is a chance for somebody to do a whole lot of growing in their life. Having that magic card there, the transcending card, it speaks to the level of change that is possible for this person. I see the words like night and day. So they have the chance here in life to make quite an amazing transformation, to sort of from this immature energy to sort of coming into possibly even like an emperor and an empress type energy here, really moving forward and growing. There is a need to take responsibility. I definitely see that in the cards too, a responsibility, and not just for the direction that their life is going, though I do feel like this is a huge part of it too. I feel like along the way, as they've sort of meandered through life, I do feel like they've caused some hurt in different situations with other people. Some of this is going to be romantic, but I don't feel like that's exclusive to romantic situations. You feel like this is probably going to speak to friends and family member, maybe people who were generous in trying to help this person out when this person was sort of down and out or going through a rough time during their meandering here. You know, I do see in here too, and that's why we had the magic card, this transcending card. This person does have the ability to bring prosperity into their life. And I do feel this is something that they're wanting. It is something that they would like to have in their life. They would like to have a certain level of abundance, as feel like they haven't pushed themselves to take the steps to get there. I don't know if they've been looking for sort of like a cheat or a shortcut, or maybe just haven't really worked hard to develop the skills that it takes to be able to do the hard work to get there. I do feel like that is definitely part of it. And I do feel like this transitional period or this opportunity that's coming about and whatever is going on in their life, it is the opportunity to be able to start, sort of lay that foundation work for moving forward in the future. I have this sense of aloneness too. Especially with this sanctuary card, it's like this is a chance for this person to sort of go within, look within themselves, to figure out sort of what they value in life, what they want their future to look like, to really be able to define it in their mind. What are the things that's important to them? If they could, you know, build a successful life, what would that look like? And then figure out how to take steps to get to that. And it's like it's time to take ownership. And I don't feel like this person's had a whole lot of ownership. I keep getting the words like Peter Pan too, like somebody who's, oh, and then we pulled the playfulness card, right? It's like that not wanting to grow up, sort of floating from one thing to the next. If something doesn't quite feel right, or a little bit of conflict arises, instead of putting in the hard work to be able to resolve things, to grow things, to evolve things. Just sort of like cut loose and run and go to something else. And in the meantime, I do feel like there have been people who have sort of been helping them along the way while they're going through these transitional times too. And I don't feel that that's a bad thing. These are people who care for them. These are people who have a genuine caring for them, so they want to help them. But this is a time of them being able to find this enlightenment, being able to grow, being able to, with this transcending, to find their own prosperity. There is, like I said, like this person has a chance to be able to do some pretty serious growing. I keep getting pulled back to that Magic card. So family has been a big support for this person too. And that's why I was feeling in that healing and in the miracles too, in that rainbow waterfall. It's like I can see that this doesn't just have to do with romance. I can see that this has to do with multiple people in their life who they've sort of burned on this little journey of theirs and not taking responsibility for themselves. And then I can hear that Kelsey Ballerini song playing in my mind, and it is Peter Pan. That Peter Pan song. It's like, this is exactly what's going on with this person. This person is sort of going through a time in their life where they have the opportunity to do a whole lot of growing up. And if they want this love, if they want this prosperity, if they want to have this joy in their life, it's something that they're going to have to learn how to find for themselves. First of all, defining it. What does it mean to them? Because for each of us, it's different, right? And they're going to have to define it for themselves. And then they're going to have to find the courage to do the work that it takes to be able to build it for themselves. It's like, this is not something that's going to fall into their lap. This is something they're going to have to find on their own. That renewal, I see a lot of positivity in this situation. I do feel like their path ahead is uncertain. It's full of a lot of twists and turns. I can see in the cards that this person is not going to have a success-only journey. As they make this transformation, as they start to sort of renew themselves, renew this passion for life and find new direction, they're going to stumble along the way. I feel like as they make progress though, and the people around them, family, friends, see them making progress and trying, I do feel like it's going to help to mend bridges as well. And if they do need a bit of a leg up in those times, I do feel like it won't be denied, because people will see that they're putting in the effort to make change in their life. Because this person does have dreams. Like I was already feeling like this person has an idea of what prosperity means to them, the manifesting the dreams. They know what they would like out of life, the love, the joy, if it's a connection, if it's a career. But it's like not doing the hard work to get there. That's been the biggest thing for this person, is not putting in the hard work. Not putting in the hard work, perhaps not putting in the sacrifice. And it's time to be able to do that. In this leadership card too, I see like there's a need to be able to take back control. Take back control of the direction that somebody's life is going in. Take back ownership of somebody's choices, right? It's time to be like, I can do this for myself. I am in charge of how my life goes. And being able to follow through on that. Being able to find the courage to action it. Because it'll probably be really scary. I can see that the path ahead would be scary. It would be daunting, right? That is that uncertainty. They don't know how it's going to go. There's a lot of shit we don't have control over in life. But it's like this person is going to have to let go of those fears. They're going to have to sort of trust in themselves and move forward. I do see a great deal of growing ahead. And I do feel like it's going to bring happiness to this person. It's going to bring a level of self-confidence that no matter how they behave or what they say now, they don't have it, because it's something that you don't get until you actually start achieving these things for yourself. It really only comes with doing this certain level of self-confidence and feeling sure of yourself and believing in yourself. And I do feel like this is something they will gain along their path. It's a lot of knowledge. A lot of knowledge about life and about themselves. And this is a time to learn it. So I almost wonder if somebody hasn't sort of stepped back if they're going through something in their life, helping them to sort of be on their own and figure this out. Because I do feel like they have a support system. I do feel this Queen of Cups is representative of that. To me, she's like this very soft energy. And she speaks to emotional fulfillment. She's like that shoulder to cry on when somebody's having a rough day. I do see the words like soft touch. So I feel like this person probably runs to her quite often when things are not going the way they wanted to, or when they're sort of jumping from one thing to the next and they're looking for a little bit of help in between. I feel like she's the one that they come to, and I do feel like she cares so much that she does help. She wants to help. But this is a time for them to find their own balance instead of juggling these short-term things, because I feel like pretty well everything in their adult life has been like short-term job, short-term romances, short-term responsibilities for certain things. Because like I said, when conflict comes up, when something gets hard, I feel like this person just cuts loose and runs. And like whatever they found has the potential to be something really good for them, but it takes time, it takes investment, it takes hard work. And this is something that they really haven't wanted to do up until now. They just sort of want like instant gratification. So like if they took a job right away, they want to be, made the boss and have a huge raise and be able to sit at a desk and kick their feet up and do nothing all day and collect a nice big paycheck for it. Well, join the club, right? It's like, it doesn't work like that. That's not how life is. If that's the position that you want, you got to start from the bottom. You got to work your way up, or go get educated. Go get qualified so that you can have that job and you don't have to start scraping at the bottom. Like there's these things that they have to learn to be able to do for themselves that they haven't wanted to do up until now. But this is a chance for them to leave this immature way of being behind and step forward into a bright new chapter of their life, finding independence, finding happiness. This is a time to sort of define that passion for themselves, that passion, that ambition, that drive. I look at that Queen of Wands and I see the words like lighting a fire, like somebody lighting a fire under someone's earth. I almost wonder if this is where this is coming from. Somebody still loves them. Somebody still wants to be that emotional support, but it's like something has to change. Something has to give. They see this person that they love and they're like, this person needs to grow. This person needs to move forward. And they're doing something to light a fire under this person. But like I kept feeling like a sort of stepping back, because a lot of these cards I feel solitary. Like solitary, alone. So this person needs this time by themselves to sort of be forced into growth if they want this Ten of Cups, which is, I have heard another reader call it a happily ever after card. So it kind of speaks to your end goal. What is your idea of abundance, right? If they can define that for themselves, that should be where their passion lies. That should help to drive them forward towards their goal so that they can manifest this dream. I do feel like I said, it's going to bring healing about with the relationships with the people close to them. So family, friends, anyone who's sort of experienced the negative side effects of these, who they have more long-term relationships with. I don't feel this is going to carry over into any romantic relationships from the past. I feel like those are very much said and done. It will help in moving forward in romantic relationships, but in the meantime, this will help to have a healing effect with their family and with their friends. It's time for this person to grow up. That Temperance is all about balance. Balance between emotion, balance between logic. So somebody not getting, frustrated, or not letting that get to them, that they're not getting instantly what they want and then sort of just buggering off and going and looking for something else. It's sort of like, find that balance. Suck it up, right? Suck it up, Buttercup. We all had to do it at some point in time. That's just the way life goes. It's not easy, right? But that's part of what builds our characters. Part of what builds us is who we are. And I do feel that this person definitely has potential to make progress. I see that in the cards too. This person has a lot of potential to be able to grow. That's why we had that magic card, even though it's sort of buried back in there with the other cards. I'm very much aware that it's sitting there. And to me, that speaks volumes about the possibility of what this person can achieve as they move forward in this chapter in their life, if they truly embrace this change. The Ten of Pentacles is about wealth. It's about abundance. Again, the Ten of Cups, this is what we're talking about. It's like, what drives you? What is it that you're wanting? What is your ambition? What is the dream you want to manifest? Being able to define that in their mind and then being able to move towards it. I feel like this person will be able to achieve it. I don't think they're stupid. I think this person's quite smart. I think they're quite capable. They just haven't pushed themselves to be able to achieve these things before, right? It's sort of like trying to find the easy route. The Nine of Wands is speaking to what this journey is going to be for them. This will be a journey over time. This is not going to be an overnight success. That's why I get pulled back to that uncertainty card again and again. This path is going to have many twists and turns. It's going to have many obstacles, and this person learning to overcome these obstacles is going to be part of their growing, where that knowledge comes from, right? Where that enlightenment comes from. And that self-esteem and that self-worth, knowing that whatever comes their way, they're more than capable of being able to face it and overcome it. It's an important part of their journey. We have the Hierophant here. This Hierophant can represent a mentor, somebody close to them. I do feel like it's speaking to this support system that they have, because I do feel like it's one person in particular, very much who they've been running to. And I do feel like this person is the driving force behind trying to push this change in this life, trying to push this Peter Pan into sort of coming out of this Neverland that he's sort of been existing in his mind, and it's like time to come into the real world. These beautiful dreams that you have, these things that you want to achieve, you can achieve them, but you need a bit of a push to get there. And that's where this Empress energy came in. It's like this nurturing energy of trying to help this person grow, of trying to help this person evolve. They might be a little bit cheesed at whoever this is for sort of taking these steps and pushing them in this direction, because I don't think they've been pushed like this before. I think this is quite new to them. So on some level, I feel like this person feels like it's unfair for them to get pushed, but they're getting pushed because somebody knows they're capable, right? It's like if whoever this is, this Queen of Cups, Wands, Hierophant, Empress energy didn't feel like this person was capable of doing these things, they wouldn't push them, right? They would just keep sort of looking after them. But I do feel like it's gotten to the point where it's like, you can do this all on your own. You are more than capable. You are very smart. You're very competent. You can do these things. It's like you just need a kick in the butt. And I do feel like that's what they're giving them. They're trying to give them a kick in the butt, so that they can sort of figure it out for themselves. They can define what it is they truly want in life, and then have that and use that as motivation to do the hard work that it takes to manifest that in their lives. And I see, and that's what I was finding in all of these cards. Success in this person's future. The odds are very much in their favor that they're going to be able to attain that they want. It's like, as long as they move with truth and honesty and integrity, and in a way that's true to them and what their goal is, and they keep that goal in mind, they're going to be able to attain it. They're very smart and capable. It's doing that groundwork to attain the abundant harvest that they want. The Nine of Cups is all about emotional abundance. To me, this Nine of Cups is representing the emotional change this person is going to go through. And I mentioned it before, that self-esteem and that self-confidence is going to get one hell of a boost from this person going on this journey in life. And all of that adds to the groundwork for this abundant harvest, this beautiful tree growing until it gets to bloom, and they're able to have that Ten of Pentacles and that Ten of Cups, and not just in the material world, but also, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually too. This is going to be a journey for this person, and it's a beautiful chance to start a fresh new beginning. This person is going to have to deal with the Five of Cups. So that Five of Cups is like that dwelling, time to stop dwelling, time to focus on the positive, time to get focused, right? And to move forward and to start actioning these changes. Because that's all I see in these cards, is this person is extremely capable of actioning these changes that they want in their life. And that's why this person who loves and cares about them is pushing them. So I was going to shuffle the deck to draw an energy card, and one popped out right away. Miracles. And this is like having faith that these beautiful things are going to happen, having faith that you're going to find your way, that the opportunities will come to you, that the universe and God is going to help to lead you to where you need to go. It's a beautiful card to get, because this person is going to need this. They're going to need this faith, and they're going to need this trust very much along the way. Because like I said, their path is full of twists and turns, and I can already see in the cards they're going to stumble along the way through different obstacles. But as they keep pushing and making progress, they're going to gain those skills, and also show the people closest to them that they're willing to make the change. And that means they're not going to be without help, because everyone's going to want to help someone who's willing to help themselves, right? Alrighty guys, it's a beautiful read. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, if you found value in it, please hit that like button, that subscribe button. It helps these messages to get out there. And feel free to comment. I love hearing from you guys. Take care.